see, the opponents of free speech are capable of making a lot of inarticulate noise. All right, so I want to tell you a couple of things about what this isn't about as far as I'm concerned. Right. I'm not going to talk about sexual politics. It's not my primary concern. What I'm going to talk about is freedom of speech, and I want to tell you a few things about freedom of speech, okay? Because I've been thinking about this very carefully. I've been thinking about this very carefully over the last 2 weeks. And it's partly because of the videos that I've made.
Oh, you don't like hot stuff.
But also
nonsense. He's brilliant. For real. He's brilliant.
Okay, let's try this again. Right. So there's a reason I'm defending freedom of speech. And the reason for that is quite straightforward. The reason I'm defending freedom of speech is because that's how people can get their opinions, settle their opinions in a civil society. And if we can
So why do you think people are so afraid to just hear someone out? Or why drown out, try to white noise maybe a thought that you might disagree with, but certainly you don't need to be disrespectful. You're such a champion for freedom of speech because you believe there are things to be said that can really affect someone's life in a positive way.
Well, one of the things that it's necessary to understand is that inside the philosophical confines of the postmodernist movement, as it manifests itself in universities currently, is that it's very, very important to understand this, because otherwise you don't know what you're facing. There is no debate about free speech, because for the postmodernists, especially the ones that have a Marxist leaning, there is no such thing as free speech. Because you see, in order for there to be free speech, there have to be sovereign individuals, not mere members of a group. And in the postmodernist world, there are no sovereign individuals. That's a Judeo-Christian, oppressive, Western, patriarchal, arbitrary presupposition. It's your group identity that's primary and paramount. You don't have ideas and thoughts. You have what you've been socially conditioned to believe. And the exchange of ideas is nothing but a power game that's played between groups of people who are opposing each other for predominance on the world stage. That's it. And so it's not a debate about the value of free speech. That's a trivial debate in some sense. It's a debate about whether free speech itself actually constitutes a genuine phenomenon. And classically speaking, what we presume is that each of us are sources of information, let's say. That might be our opinions, it might be our knowledge. And that through honest discourse, through truth, essentially, we can negotiate an agreement that will be, if not to our mutual benefit, which would be optimal, at least capable of establishing something approximating peace. And all of that idea, all of those ideas are under, I would say, serious assault by the postmodernist types in the modern universities. And so the reason that I was shut down at that free speech protest, let's say, which, by the way, was an open mic event. All those people that were there who were trying to shut me down had the opportunity to speak after I spoke.